however, are related with the brain. The signs generated in the brain followed by the contact of the senses with the corresponding objects. Whenever a particular sense out of the 5 senses is in contact with the corresponding object, an emotion will be generated in the brain. So the confusion that emotions are related with heart and thoughts are related with brain, this is a common misunderstanding about the emotions. But neuroscientists have clearly proved that emotions are also related with the brain. And emotions are not only observable and knowable, they are also computationally simulated. So that it is quite possible in future to make a robot who will be emotional, who will show the emotions, because it's purely a phenomena of the brain. If brain can be simulated, every process of the brain will be simulated. Then I discussed how to improve emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence can be improved by observing one's own emotions. If you are capable of observing your own emotions, then only you will be able to understand your emotions. We cannot understand anything what we can't observe. You are observing something means you are understanding. And once you have started understanding your own emotions, naturally you become emotionally intelligent. So today is the need of emotional intelligence. The concept of IQ has been superseded by emotional intelligence. Now, I would like to discuss the application of emotional intelligence, or rather intelligence itself, in the future of information technology.
उसको क्रॉस करिए पहले
वो ये ऊपर वाले विंडोज राइट हैंड साइड टॉप पे हाँ कैंसिल कर दो कैंसिल कर दो
It will be possible in future to send a message directly from one brain to another brain without using a mobile, a computer or any other electronic device, that is telepathy, which was supposed to be a purely unscientific concept, now has been accepted by the most modern science that it is possible in principle. The technology is yet to be developed. It may take time, 5 years, 10 years, the time will show. But in principle it is possible. How? This will become possible on the basis of the following 3 facts. Number 1, brain is a natural computer which, in addition to data processing, is also used for creating thoughts. The past, the present and the future of computer is based on our understanding of the human brain. More we go on understanding how the brain is functioning, more supercomputers we will be able to develop. Today, computer is reasoning. Tomorrow, computer will think on its own right. I say that I am thinking on my own right. I am free to think. I am programmed to think freely. I am programmed to think freely, so that there is no contradiction between the free will and the destiny. What I am thinking right now was destined for me to think. This is how the scientists are thinking now. There is no contradiction between the free will and the destiny. Whosoever has programmed this universe, including the life therein, has programmed for everything, for everybody. So if the universe is programmed, if every individual is programmed, then it is possible to make a robot who will program in such a way that it will be nearly impossible to differentiate between a natural human and a robot. Of course, the material technology will have to be improved to that extent. So, brain is equated to computer. Today's human brain is a natural computer, and when the computer will be of a very high generation, to that computer we will call the artificial brain. So, natural computer is the human brain, and artificial brain will be the computer. That is the philosophy. Second point, this is very important. Brain is observable and intelligible for consciousness, which exists on its own right, which means brain or consciousness.
Brain.
Brain is observable and intelligible for consciousness, which is used for what?
Consciousness.
Consciousness. This is the metaphysics. Brain is associated with life. There is no life without universe. And there is a universe, there is a life. But consciousness exists on its own right. Consciousness is mysterious not only for the biologist, but also for the physicist. They don't speak a single sentence on consciousness. They are not confident, because consciousness is not material. They talk about galaxy, they talk about black hole, they talk about electron, proton, God particle they talk about. God particle, not God. Because God particle concept was not taken from God. The concept of God particle was taken from matter. The LHC experiment that they are doing inside the earth, the physicists, they are discovering the God particle. It is the Higgs boson, its name is Higgs boson. That particle was theorized by a physicist. It is the particle which is responsible for the mass in all particles of the universe. So it is named as God particle. Very similar to God, but not God. Here consciousness is equated to God. Exists on its own right. Consciousness did not originate with the origin of life. This is the misunderstanding to the biologists even. They relate consciousness with life. As long as there is life in the body, there is consciousness. When no life, no consciousness. Consciousness is not observable in the dead body. But consciousness is also not observable in the living body. I am a living body. Can you observe consciousness? No, you can't. What you are observing, only the movement of the body, the functioning of the brain, that is all material. So only matter is observable. Consciousness is never observable. Why? Because consciousness is observing. When I say I am observing means what? Consciousness is observing. Matter is observable. Consciousness is observing. So consciousness exists on its own right, independent of brain, which is neither conscious nor intelligent. Western science and Western philosophy has been accepting the brain to be conscious as well as intelligent, at least as long as it is living. And that is why after the death of Einstein, they took out Einstein's brain, but they found nothing there. See, brain is a machine, pure machine. It is neither conscious nor intelligent. When you are understanding the functioning of the brain, that clearly means that brain is intelligible like any other part of the body. The heart is intelligible, the liver is intelligible, every part of the body is intelligible, brain is also a part of the body, so it is also intelligible. That means it can be understood. So if brain is also understandable, the question arises, then who is understanding the brain? The answer is not neuroscientist. Neuroscientist is also a brain. So whosoever is understanding, that is what is known as consciousness, and intelligence is the essence of consciousness. There is no difference between consciousness and intelligence. Same thing.